of recent, I've been sacrificing a lot of my time to look after kids that are not mine.
You cannot be used without your permission.
Any guy that can't take their girl out regularly, buy her gifts, and attend to her needs, you're not ready to be in a relationship. Take a break, decide what you want to do, get your money up, and then we go again.
We all have been mesmerized by this Bluetherapy show by Trent Central, and see, opinions been flying. Everybody's mommy and auntie has something to say. So today I thought, why not, let's sit down. Is it too late to talk about it yet? I don't think so. The show has been going on for about a week now. We've seen the first and second episode where there are these two couples, Chioma and Paul, and Deborah and Jamal, have come on the show to discuss issues in their relationships. This is just a little background in case you do not have an idea what the show's been about. So look it up. Also, if I find clips, I'll definitely insert in this video. So these guys have brought, these two couples have come to seek therapy for their relationships. You know, it's not regular to see people come out this open and talk about issues going on in their relationship. So today I'm going to be analyzing what I've seen, or what I can deduce is the cricket that is eating the fabrics of their relationship. I'm going to be analyzing Paul and Chioma's relationship, as well as that of Deborah and Jamel. Prior to watching the show, The Bluetherapy, I am a big fan of Backchat, BK Chat, you know, still by Trend Central.
And me being able to see the breakdown of a marriage, me being able to say...
You just tied into exactly what you just said. Too much comparison. Why are you comparing your life to the...
I live in the United Kingdom, and I watched a couple of episodes of the Backchat where Chioma, one of the girls in the relationship, featured. So this couple pull out from a Mercedes-Benz and introduced themselves as Chioma and Paul. And they went on talking. Paul at some point began to feel irritated, and he was complaining that from the onset he never was up for this therapy thing. He'd rather go to church and talk to a pastor.
But coming to therapy with a camera for some social experiment, that's just, it's a red flag, to be fair. And now, like, she knows my perspective on this. I'd prefer we go to a church and we sit down with a pastor in a corner.
I had issues with the fact that I thought he was arrogant, you know, he was full of himself, and he kept mentioning about, you know, having money.
I train high net worth individuals, you know, celebrities, you name it. Now, with these...
And being the provider in the relationship and stuff. And then from the, speaking of the first episode, from what I gathered, it seems both of them already live together. Okay, that I thought was a red flag. In my opinion, it's not the best, especially when you are in a relationship, you're not married. I don't think it's best to begin to live together. That's where see finish begin to enter. See finish means, you know, you've seen it all. So, and I continued watching the show after they mentioned the background of staying together and all, and I could read from Paul's body language that he's so full of himself. He feels like he's the best thing after sliced bread. Like, he has this body language that speaks volumes of, you can't do without me.
Choma, you need healing.
I need healing. From who? From your sister?
From yourself.
No, let me tell you something. I will heal perfectly if you stop her from coming to the house.
To be fair, I'm very, very disappointed in you.
You know what I mean? So I felt to myself, why is this guy placing himself on such a high horse? And this sister, from what I know, why is she taking, you know, this kind of drama coming from a man? Because not only was he giving her drama, he was also giving the therapy coach so much drama too.
How do you think you're doing so far?
Okay, first, don't be rude.
It's a genuine question.
So much attitude, like, tell me your credentials. How many relationships have you worked out? Hey, God. I'm like, how do women cope with things like this? And from what I gathered going on, he claims to have money. So I said to myself, okay, is this lady, I mean the Chioma lady, is she taking all of this garbage because the guy seemed to have money? And then I went ahead to hear her, you know, mentioning sweeping, cleaning, Let me fast forward to episode 2, where she mentioned babysitting. That part got me to that part shredded me apart. That part tore me to pieces. I'm like, wait, what?
Of recent, I've been sacrificing a lot of my time to look after kids that are not mine.
Okay.
When you become a parent, you make that sacrifice, isn't it? You drop a lot of your life for your children. Why am I doing that without being an actual mum? And the real mum is having fun.
Oh.
So apparently her sister-in-law to be, that's the Paul's sister, brings her children to her to take care of while she goes hang out and flex her life. I'm like, oh Lord have mercy. This girl be giving wifey benefits as a girlfriend, you know. And to make matters worse, from what Paul was saying, he was so insistent that, okay, you're not supposed to have a problem with that. Like, that's supposed to be normal life.
To be fair, I'm very, very disappointed in you.
I'm like, wait, we're talking sister here, eh? Well, how would a man have so much effrontery like that? They are not even married yet, and the honeymoon stage is already over even before it started. This, I mean, looking at the way things are going, it looks like this relationship is already hitting the rock bottom even before it's starting. I mean, before the marriage is even beginning to start. And if it's looking this difficult already, it's looking this complex already, she's already been judged by the sister-in-law as regards her cooking, because I watched the part where Chioma said everything she prepares, the sister-in-law counters. Like, she doesn't see anything good in what she does, but would prefer what other people do above hers or against hers. And I said, wait though, and you people have not even started this marriage thing. Wait, kids are not even involved yet. Where are we going with this leg? Okay, let me dive into Debbie and Jamel. Debbie is some girl I like because she happened. Look, I find Debbie funny and I find her interesting. I like that she knows what she wants and she goes for it.
Any guy that can't take their girl out regularly, buy her gifts, and attend to her needs, you're not ready to be in a relationship. Take a break, decide what you want to do, get your money up, and then we go again.
Call it gold digger tactics or gold digger symptoms. Okay, whatever you will, but I still appreciate the fact that she knows what she wants in terms of, she says that for her to be in a relationship with a guy, he needs to be able to provide, you know, all of her extravagant needs and wants.
At the beginning, you were keeping up. You were buying me the gifts. You were taking me out. And now, all of a sudden, it's changed. So why do you have a girlfriend if you can't afford it? Is that real? Every female in a relationship should be treated like a princess. And that is the standard that I have set, and that is the standard that we set as females.
In terms of gifts and all, now you're gonna ask me, do I think that's right, or do I think it's okay for a girl to prioritize material things over futuristic plans? Like the Jamel guy was talking about saving up money to get a house and property and all, which makes sense, a whole lot of sense to me. And if you will ask me, it could kind of like look like pressure on the guy's part. Like he would kind of feel pressurized if he's with a girl who is thinking materialistic, who is thinking Gucci and Versace bags when he's talking property and investment, you know. But I think Deborah is the kind of girl that would walk around things eventually. I think Deborah is, I feel she could, you know, over time, for love's sake, blend into Jamel's future goals and plans. This is what I think. And then Jamel, on the other hand, because I think I feel as a woman, many times when women want something, they stay with it, and then over time they drop some unnecessary or some unnecessary cravings and wants as the day progresses. This is just what I feel. So I think Jamel and Deborah have a good standing in working their relationship compared to Chioma and Paul, because I feel Chioma hasn't positioned herself well as a woman. Look, I think it's very important that a woman in a relationship knows her place. It's very, very key. You're able to mark your territory and you get respected for how you present yourself. So I think Chioma hasn't presented herself well in my opinion, because I think she has presented herself like every other girl he has met in the past. Because from what I gathered, Paul is saying the reason why his sister is very into his relationship is because she's had a history of his girlfriend episodes. So probably she's being more protective right now, trying to scan and see, scrutinize whoever is coming in now, which I kind of like understand, but I think she's overbearing, and yeah, that's the word. But I wouldn't think I'm trying to use Chioma. And the honest truth is, you cannot be used unless you present yourself to be used. Do you understand? You cannot be used without your permission. So Chioma has brought herself so low to be used like a nanny, a house help, every by everybody in the man's family. Jamel himself looks like a man who actually wants this relationship to work, and he's putting in every effort. From what I can see, he on his part is not perfect. He has a whole lot of things that the lady's complaining about. I'll call valid, like the late coming thing.
How Jamel is late. He's the one that has brought me to this whole thing, and you're late. Here he is.
Sorry, I'm late.
The being involved in this clubhouse that she's not feeling, I feel those are just some little foxes here and there they can drop off. And then as regards the part of him feeling she's too loud to be put to, I'm talking of Jamel now and Deborah. She's too loud to be presented to his parents as a girlfriend.
Obviously Nigerians are a bit loud. Well, Deborah is loud personally, so how my parents might take to her is a bit, I don't know how she'll actually act in front of my parents, but would my parents take to the fact that she's so loud? I think not.
On that part, I'm like, okay. I understand it a little bit, just a little, that coming from a very typical African home, some African parents can be very judgmental, like easily judgmental. They can misjudge your hairstyle, they can misjudge your lipstick, they can misjudge something as simple as your ear piercing. So I understand that. I see it in the angle of him trying to be very protective of her and try to package her in a way that when he and she eventually come to his parents, it will be all 100, if you understand what I mean. It's not like he's trying to change her, but I think he's just trying to get to that place of comfort before he can come with her to his parents, and then afterwards just to have this good first impression, just for everything to work fine, at the first meeting, and which I don't think it's a bad idea. I also understand if Deborah doesn't understand, because she said that, look man, you've seen my parents, so why can't I see yours? I understand that, but I think it's valid that she feels not wanted as much. I understand. I think he should be the one to play that role of explaining further to make her see where he's coming from. It's only because he's trying to present them as a couple in their best light towards his parents, considering it's about the parents. It's about the way they see things, it's about the way they perceive things, it's about their judgment, not about who she is in person. I think he needs to, present it better to her for her to be able to understand. So to cap it all I'm going to say is, any lady out there in a relationship shouldn't begin to give wifey benefits as a girlfriend, because everybody is going to use you as a doormat. And don't come crying wolf when they do, because girl, you asked for it. Place yourself. How about you stay in your own apartment, run your relationship from there, and then when eventually he puts the ring on it and both of you are together, like for real, for marriage, for shizzle, then y'all live together, and nobody's gonna come in as an intruder to say jazz. You get what I mean? But when you come in and bring in your bags and baggages, even when y'all are not married, things like this are bound to happen. I'm having so much fun with the show so far. I'm looking forward to more episodes, probably with different couples. They should come and let us make our reactions and give our opinions. Oh my god. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye. As well as that of